Listen carefully, mouth breathers of the world. This is Patricia Tanis, and I have found another vault. As you may know, the opening of the first vault 5 years ago triggered a chain reaction that revealed more vaults on Pandora.
Ring! You don't want to hear about that, Vault Hunter! You want to hear about loot and pecks and explosions! I'm Torg, and I'm here to ask you one question and one question only. Explosions?
Get off this echo frequency, you protein-guzzling buffoon! I'm trying to convey—
That sentence had too many syllables! Apologize!
As I was saying, I've discovered that this new vault is buried in the center of a large crater and will only open, and I quote, once the champion of Pandora feeds it the blood of the ultimate coward.
We at the Tor Corporation sincerely believe this is fucking awesome! It's so awesome that we're gonna set up a tournament to find us #1 badass. If you want in, come to where the vault is buried. In the badass crater of badassitude!
That's not what the area is called!
Badass crater of badassitude! The Badassitude Badass! This is Mr. Torg, broadcasting to you from deep orbit. If you're here, that means you want to win our tournament. Open a vault and earn the title of #1 Badass. Now, before you get started, you gotta digitally sign our legal waiver.
Welcome to, well, greetings and salutations everyone, welcome back to more Borderlands 2, the campaign of Carnage. Previously we did the Headhunter, the show Torg and his grandmother, but that was released after this, so a bit of a timeline skip. This episode, well, we're going to sign up for the tournament, but before that, you may notice I have some different guns. I decided, let's mix things up a little for this. So I decided to go with a tree that is very underutilized. Anarchy is still there. This is the red tree. This will always be the red tree. But we're going with the Little Big Trouble tree. This skill tree gauges elemental damage per se. I don't just kill skill. Well, this is fine. We still got Death Trap, but I'm going to go with the build. We got 3 points in the mod pep, so 5 out of 5. If I unequip my plasma, actually, we can see the actual percentage. But say let's go with a shock build for this. But basically, this increases your chance of applying elemental effects. You know, your burn, your slag, all that good stuff. You have a choice between that and shock damage resistance and shield capacity. The reason I didn't take Myelin is because of the gear, which I'll show in a bit. But next you've got Strength for 5 Gorillas, which is more damage for a Death Trap. Why not take it? Shock Storm I add at the end of the build, but I'm just going to go over now before we go over what Death Trap gains specifically, because Death Trap has some fun tools now. Kill an enemy with a critical hit causes an electrical storm, dealing shock damage to nearby enemies. Electrical storms also caused by a Death Trap whenever he kills an enemy. Basically, an electric nova. Next, Death Trap gets to stare. Death Trap now fires a laser beam and sweeps it across the battlefield, dealing fire damage and possibly setting enemies on fire. Now, it's not much damage, but it's fine. For these, we could kill an enemy and increase the damage that our elemental effects do. We're not going to, because, well, enemies are probably going to die to a bullet before we do anything with that. Next, you could reload to get some novas. It pairs really well with Anarchy, not gonna lie, and I probably should have taken it. But we're not going to be using this build for too long. But next, yeah, there's a chance of when you shock enemies, you also set them on fire. If you can't tell, this whole tree is about shocking enemies, getting rid of their shields, and Death Trap swooping in for the kill. Next is Rise of Talk, increases shock damage and electrocute damage, which is nice. It's not that much, but you know, Shield Shredder works for the tree. Next is Death Trap shooting out an orb of energy that if we shoot it, it will explode, dealing a shock nova. Now this isn't a great skill, I rarely shoot the orb, but the orb by itself will do damage, which is fine. Not shooting an enemy for a while will quench your stack of intersped outburst. The next time you shoot an enemy, it uses all stacks and you do burst slag damage. So you can add slag to gauge by doing this. Am I going to use that? No, we don't need slag. But if you're at the end game, this is probably a skill that you want regardless. if you're not using a slag weapon. And finally, make it sparkle, make it dazzling. Basically, you can shoot Death Trap with an element and do a charge with it. So you can shoot with fire, he'll do fire damage, corrosion, do corrosion damage, explosion, you know, all that good stuff. This tree does pair well if you go into the sector of Anarchy, because you could have Death Trap go around, do a ton of melee damage. That's why the reason I chose a shock build was because it's not about the work they responded with when we made the gauge. So why not? Next, I want to show a fun way to use Anarchy, so I decided to go with a bit of a TDO build. We're going to go for Gunaway, Baby Maker, Deliverance, and I was going to have a bunny. I did try to give myself the ass, but I think my inventory was full, so no bunny. But honestly, I'm not going to be using rocket launchers that much. Next, I took the Transformer. So if we were to get shocked, we could get ammo back. This was going to pair with a bunny to basically give myself free ammo. But don't worry about it. Our grenade is still going to be the Longbow Pandemic because corrosion. But that's how the build is going to go. I want to show a TDO build working with this anyways, because it can be fun on Gauge. Is it the best time to show it? Now we're going to head for the arena. Let's go and Nova Starfish. So we're going to use TAS up here. We're back with the old vehicles, the old tactical. There's no DLC vehicles for this map. I went one way. Whoops. But yeah, we have the old vehicles again. This is the only DLC that doesn't introduce a new vehicle other than one more. But that's because that other DLC has no vehicles. Over here. And yeah, there's a whole ton of enemies about. But let's have Death Trap do some fun. Oh. There's the orb. This build is quite fun, not gonna lie. That's why I want to use TDO. Oh yeah, you're not meant to prematurely reload. Yeah, I forgot it doesn't pair well with TDO because of that feature. Yeah, look at Death Trap go. He's just a machine. He's a murdering machine. Answer is yes. And yeah, you may have noticed something right down there. I just want to show his chest. There's the 7th vendor for this map. Yep. This DLC has raid bosses in it too. All DLCs have raid bosses in them. But this DLC has what most people consider honestly the best raid boss in this game because you can kill him with anyone. Pew, 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 pew. Look at him go. And that's what I want to do with TDO build. I can kill enemies, chuck a gun, and boom. Sold. Oh. And we got some more guys to murder. Yeah, TDO can be really fun on Gauge. It's not the best build on it, I'll be completely real. You can probably not use TDO on it, anything else would work, especially with Anarchy, where you want to, well... No, TDO works with Anarchy because you still want to empty weapon, but there are better guns for it. But TDO has such piss poor accuracy anyways, you might as well just use it, why not? Now, we're gonna see any more skills from Death Trap. Now, it might be whatever the last skill you... No, he's firing his laser. Just don't see it. Ooh. Hold up a sec. Die. Now, this DLC actually has very few weapons in it. In fact, there's 2 weapons that we have to make a guide for in this entire thing. And only one of them can be farmed the normal way, and it's the rarest gun in the game. Yeah!
And as it so happens, I need a new apprentice. Come find me at the arena. Just follow the succulent scent of success.
Piston, what would you say to those who accused you of cheating, of rigging fights to gain your #1 ranking?
Wow, Jeffrey. Well, I guess I say I'd have to do this. And then I tell them to never call me a cheater.
Don't mess with #1, baby.
And you can quote me on that.
You can quote me on that. Let me just check. God, I keep paying the Minecraft launcher by absolute mistake. Here you go. This is Piston.
You are now in the presence of greatness.
Well done.
Here's what Piston's offering, Chickadee. Piston will sponsor you. Piston will take you under his muscly wing, and we will open that vault together. I've already set up the first fight in the ring. Get it? Show him that Piston and the Vault Hunter are a force to be reckoned with. Is it just me, or does it seem like he's gonna betray the fuck out of you?
Oh, it seemed like that. Absolutely. But yeah, this DLC is really good for multiple reasons, but I also do like the story this got. Just being the biggest badass there is. I love that take. Now, immediately, you may notice something on the left. This is a brand new vendor. We'll go over it when...
Now, usually, your first match will be against a single opponent, but I thought, instead you're gonna be fighting a few dozen chumps called the Horde of Horrors. Now, I can keep the rest with both tanks tied behind my back, but you wanna take it easy.
That's why. This is a brand new vendor exclusive to this DLC, the Torg vendor. Try not to freak out. Yeah, there's a lot. This vendor only sells Torg weapons. However, it also sells a legendary as the anime of the day all the time. Also sells class mods specializing in explosive damage. Like right here, Rise Player's Action, which I did consider for this. I will be completely real. There would be a really good class mod here, but we don't have any of the currency. We'll get the currency during this, but as you can see, there is a nukem in here. If you want a nukem, or let's see, weapons that can show up in here are Unkempt Howled, the Flacker, Kablaster, Nukem. Any base game explosive legendary can pretty much show up in here. So if you want to get a Howled without having to fight stuff, or want to get a Flacker without having to kill the warrior, come here. This is DLC. 5 episodes of the currency. You'll be fine. Oh, we have to wait for the arena to be prepared. Oh my god. Now, one thing about this DLC. One thing about this DLC is that there's a lot of repeatable quests. We won't be doing the repeatable quests. We'll just do one version of them, and that'll be it. Now, let's see. Let's go with the Deliverance. That can be fun. Death Trap might only just fire the orb, actually. That's kind of concerning. It might be that how you apply a skill point determines the skill the Death Trap will use, so maybe you have to do other stuff. Now, I did think of using a Quasar or a Shock Kiss of Death. But look at that. I guess it's an incredibly fun build I want to show off at the very least. And we'll still show off the other tree. Don't worry. I think I have a point where I'll swap the trees over. Because the third tree is also just as fun. If not more fun. Probably the only thing about making these skill trees is I figured to include Anarchy regardless, but I couldn't avoid it. Oh, beautiful. Wait, Death Trap. Oh no, Death Trap's gone. I was going to charge him up and let him run around doing electric damage constantly. I mean, you could have Death Trap run around, like you could have him with Slag if you want. Just have him run around Slag and everything. That's not a bad idea for Shock though. You go check that out. More anarchy, baby!
This message is irrelevant. That vault hunter's chewing through waves like a fat kid through a cookie store. Now I want cookies.
Who doesn't want cookies? Cookies are awesome. Hell yeah. If you don't like cookies, then something's wrong with you. If you're allergic to stuff in cookies, yeah, I understand now. If you don't like them, jeez. Let's go, Death Trap. There you go. Infuse him with the power of shock. Yeah, I do like this tree. I don't remember the skill in this tree called the Shock and Awe. I always refer to this skill tree as the Shock and Awe skill tree. Just a very fun skill tree, not end game ready. The percentages are just kind of all over the place on this, so some people don't use it end game, but it's a fun build, and I like it. Plus it's nice to swap from anything that isn't anarchy, even though anarchy is on the skill tree. Let me change the options, jeez. This DLC's loud. Over that to 3. Ah, that's better. Yeah, we're already number 5 on leaderboard. This DLC is quite short actually. Ah, hell yeah, free loot! And we just got Torg tokens. These are used to exchange in the Torg vendors. Hey, you do need a lot. In all honesty. Oh, dang. No. One gauge. And yeah, Piston has already betrayed us. He didn't pull a cat to Scarlet. He just got straight to the point. Are you gonna grab this? I guess we could talk about Grandma Flexington's story from the previous episode. She says we played Bugs Bass as a talk. We've not done that and spoiled it. That doesn't happen in this game. It doesn't happen in any of the Borderlands games. Oh, she's a Torg rider. You gotta check that out. Oh, he's a badass, is he? You go after him, Death Trap. Look at that. Kamehame. Oh, he's dead. I love that skill. It's stupid but fun. Yeah, DLC is all about getting you more really powerful base game Torg gear, like the Herald and all that. In fact, when DLC came out, the Herald was added to the game, which is funny. The Herald was never in the game originally, I don't think. I could be wrong, so, you know, don't quote me on that. She. This is Gage. You may notice this. This is a full-on this is a full-on recreation of Ellie's garage. Just to know, yeah, still no Fang. Like, no Ellie, no Scooter Vanessa. I think they do make a brief appearance in a side quest. But we'll find out. Honestly, I don't remember doing the side quests in DLC because only one's really worth doing. You may also notice this door isn't actually properly attached at the hinge. You can literally see through the gap, which is quite funny. He just sort of moved out his garage and just moved alley. But we gotta go to the beatdown. Which, oh my god. Do I dare try to dig into whatever luck I have left? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna harness the luck in any way I can do. You know what? Like Dragon Ball. Everyone lend me your Irish luck. I'm not Irish enough. Well, I am, but honestly, if I somehow got what I'm thinking of in this next area, then something is one of my luck. I think I'd actually have to go buy a lottery ticket. But there is a secret chest up here. Unfortunately, you can't skip that bit. You gotta climb up normally. But yeah, in the beatdown there's one weapon that can be farmed, and it's the only farmable weapon in this DLC, except for something that I'll be showing at the end game. Ooh, homing move. Honestly, the best grenade is actually the throwing grenade. Come on, one jump engage. Oh yeah. But let's see if we can get lucky. Because there's one weapon, and if I got it, I would never have to make a weapon guide on it. Well, I would, but I'd have to clip. But you want to check every single torque bender. Then before that, Death Trap, go have some fun. There you go, there's a flag in there. 615 tokens though. Wow, the frames. The frames are definitely dropping because I'm exporting the previous video and do a tiny bit of editing on that. But we want to keep an eye. We want to keep an eye for one of these guys dropping a blue. These are burning forces, and they have, I don't know the exact chance of it. I'll have to put that up on screen actually. The exact chance. Oh, here's a Moxie poster. This doesn't actually do anything, so ignore them. Well, there's badass challenges based around grabbing a bunch, but you don't really need them. There is an achievement for collecting 5, so if you're following along for the first time in Borderlands, then yeah, you want to get 5 of them.
I tell you, that vault hunter got almost like a child to me. I sponsored him, brought him up, and when he came down to the come down, he ran away in fear. Got a mighty informant. With the whole coward thing, you're still the number 5 badass on the Torque leaderboard, and Piston's number 1. You just gotta kill your way up the list, and then you'll be able to whip out your heroism and slap Piston in the face with it.
Yeah, we gotta go around. Now, after you clear something, you can just run straight to where we need to go. But right now, fine. Right now I don't have that luxury, but honestly, it's better this way, because I might actually be able to get what I'm looking for. But I'm going to put the exact chance of the weapon I'm thinking of on screen. Come on, Death Trap. Have some fun. Don't go in there. Get out of you. Yeah, I always knew I was going to play Gage first. Just like there is 2 other characters that were contending. But I think Gage was shown during the Captain Scarlet's opening. So I figured, why not do that? You know? More interesting that way. Now let's just be making for a bit. Now I'm going to go into the side area. I'm going to kill everything I can. Have the best possible chance of getting this weapon. Ah. Okay, that was a pretty rude sneeze on my part. There you go, you're dead. But what else can we go over? Trying to think, is there anything I need to talk about? There really isn't. This DLC doesn't have much showing for us. The only other thing I could do is go over the weapon guys in this DLC, but that's only for the Torg weapons. But it's a fun DLC. I love the premise of us having to prove we're the biggest bass. I just wish that the other Vault Hunters and Borderlands weren't showing up in this. Obviously, one couldn't. Would have been cool if we got to fight Lilith, Mordecai, and Brick. That would have been fun. Especially Brick. He could have shown up in this DLC. It would have made perfect sense. Oh, I might be a little bit stuck. There you go. But yeah, the Torg vendors do have a weapon you can get in them as well. It's unique. I'll probably go over it, but if I'm going over, I'm going over the end game. But the DLC does have an XP farm in it. Well, that's why I'm going over in Fame. You go take care of him, Death Trap. I believe if we follow this enough... Is it just a shortcut? It's just a shortcut. Yeah, it's just a shortcut. That gate will open anyways once you get through this area. So I'm going to take the normal way around to increase my chance of getting the weapon I'm looking for. But it might have to be covered at endgame. This isn't the only time we're going to be here. But, fine. I'm not going to make it a habit to constantly come here any chance I get to kill everything. If I do come back for a side quest, I'm just going to go for the side quest and that's it. I'm not going to waste everyone's time for me getting incredible luck. But it would be legendary to have just luck during the last play. We'll wholly admit that. It would have been perfect. But I think I used up too much luck, in all honesty. I see some guys up here. There it is. Whoop. What's that? You know what, let's go to Baby Maker for a bit. I like using the Baby Maker in this way. Ba 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 bang. Whee! I thought that was it. That would have been so close. But it was a white round, not a fake. That just means that whoever dropped that had a chance to drop it and they chose not to. So many electric novas, I love it. Tell you what, just chuck that. Take care of him. Oh, I love that. Yeah, looks like that's the last of the luck that was ever mustered from this Let's Play. Unless these guys happen to drop it, that'd be nice. But just because it'd be nice doesn't mean they're gonna do it. Well, chuck these out though. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. You dead. Nothing there. Shame. Just a shame. But let's enter the battle bar. Let me check the recording time actually and how well that export is going. 20 minutes. Would be a good time to end the episode, not gonna lie. Oh my god, it's here! Okay, we need to do this. We need to do this quick. We need to go over here, turn this in. Right, we have a very slim chance of doing this. But if we can do it, it'd be great. Welcome to the XP farm of this DLC, to beat down Barb Wall. It's a very simple concept. Kill everyone in here. And do it fast enough. Well, you just need to kill badasses actually, not the regular guys. But you gotta have them spawn in obviously. If you come in here with a North Fleet, you just kinda spam it and I'll pretty much do the job. But yeah, the unique was in there, we've got 14 minutes to get it. Okay, it's done. So I'm going to do is I'm going to check this out. I'm going to see how many tokens I get. I might have enough time to do this. Please give me 5 or 10 at least. 5. This quest is repeatable, so I'm going to repeat it for a bit. 10 tokens. Okay, this mission is doing the exact same thing, so I'm going to repeat this a couple times. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and hopefully I'll have the pocket walker by then. So, see you guys next time.